The bridge beckoned in the night, tall and strong under the full moon. It reflected beauty in the darkness of my thoughts. It would be quick. That was my hope. A certain deliverance of the peace eluding me, stealing sleep, inviting anxiety to skip my heartbeat. Then their faces pushed through the fog. One girl, beautiful, but stubbornly defiant. Two infant boys, twins, still breastfeeding. I was their everything. They would not understand why Mommy never came home from work that day. It must have been my fault, I thought that they would think. I found another path home that night, then another one thereafter, a third choice after that. I sidetracked temptation, rearranged the possibilities of certain death, reduced its steady echo, summoning me to take notice. I, still alive, disappeared behind the fog, present in body, empty in spirit, desperately missing in my own life.
I know how that feels, to be missing in your own life.
I have felt that emptiness too.
We all have.
You are not alone. It's important that you know that.
Even the popular kids, who people assume have it all together, even I might be carrying a burden in my soul that you don't see.
Looking at you, it seems like you have it all.
Money can buy the pills, but the pills don't always make you happy. I started out fine, had a couple of friends, I was only 9. But it started at 12. I was sitting in bed and all of a sudden my head started to melt. I thought about hurting myself. I didn't know what to do, I was hurting like hell. A few days went by, I felt like I was getting better and better. And I thought, wouldn't I feel better if my head was severed? By the age of 15, I was staring in the wrong direction. I couldn't recognize myself when I looked in the reflection. I felt too far gone. I wanted to say goodbye to my mom. My mind felt like it just detonated a bomb. By the next year, I felt like I was trying to stay clear of all the thoughts of my peers. I was living off of drugs. No, I didn't think I was a thug. I was scraping by, not want to give an eye for an eye. Just stay alive, drinking whiskey, taking drugs. Some would say that I'm living the life. I was hurting inside. No one would understand me. I was screaming in my mind. Just kill yourself. Get it over with. What's the holdup? You're the next in line. I thought about it. Then I talked to my parents. They stared at me like I didn't make any sense. They said, "You got food on your plate and a roof over your head. What would you rather us give you instead?" I stormed out of the room. I knew I was doomed. I took the gun from my drawer. I knew it would be over soon. I cocked it back, put the gun to my head, and I let the trigger go.
This is a version of brutal reality.
A tragedy suffered in silence.
Today, we want to speak up so you can hear our truth.
We want you to connect with our words.
We want you to hear our stories behind the sadness, so you could see me.
See me.
See us.
We are here.
My mother fled the Congo with my older sister and I under threats of our lives. We spent years looking behind our shoulders. We moved several times to feel safe, but no matter where we went, the worry, the stress, the confusion was always there.
My family and I lost everything escaping the US invasion of Iraq in 2003. That's when my life changed. My language changed. My comfortable lifestyle changed. Everything changed, including me. I was never the same.
When I was 12, I fell from a tree, and that day I should have died. Ever since then, I feel like I've been living on borrowed time. It's hard for me to think that I deserve happiness if I shouldn't be here talking to you in the first place.
In my culture, depression is not real.
It's a sign that you are ungrateful for the sacrifices your immigrant parents made to create a better life for you.
Suck it up, people will say.
Just get over it.
People don't understand the pain that you're in. It's not something that's easy to communicate or translate into something they'll understand.
It's not your fault.
And you are not alone. I held so much in, the smallest things would trigger me and bring buried memories. While I was in this dark place, I felt like people owed me love and understanding. I was waiting for people to fill a void that I felt in my chest.
An
emptiness.
I would isolate myself in my room so I could cry in peace. I suffered in silence so others would suffer because of me.
Both of my parents are middle class. Both take medication. I don't want to take pills to control me, or for pills to be the reason why I'm still here, living. So I distracted myself with technology and substance addictions.
I poured all of my attention into my journalism career. I focused on the thing that I was good at, writing. Yet I suffered from depression for more than 40 years. I survived bullying, emotional and mental abuse, sexual assault, domestic violence. I hardly ever smiled. I left the house only because I had to work to feed my 3 children. No one ever seemed to notice that something wasn't quite right, or ask the question, "You seem a little gloomy. How can I help?"
The days came and went, the sadness remained.
No one understood me, so I kept quiet.
I couldn't explain it, so I kept quiet.
I used to blame myself. I felt like I deserved this pain.
It's a feeling that you have to experience to know what it is. You just have to deal with it.
Alone. It's not your fault.
I had to learn how to embrace my flaws, accept them, and forgive myself so that I could heal.
I have no choice. If I don't forgive, I will fall apart, and that's not an option.
I don't know how to do that yet. I don't know how to move past the pain. It's hard for me to think that I deserve anything better.
Recognize your thoughts. That's the first step. Don't let the negativity overtake you without a fight. In each moment, choose differently.
I might be dying on the inside, but I have to keep going.
That's right, Lisa. Your life is not over.
I see my goals for the future, and it motivates me to keep going.
Keep pushing, Fatima. Keep moving forward.
I feel like I'm always in emotional debt to someone. I don't feel worthy of their love. So when people do show me love, when anyone gives me a chance to share who I am and be myself, I feel like I have to repay them somehow for accepting me and for loving me.
I see you, Zach.
I see you, Zach.
I see you, all of you.
I am here, trying.
We are all here, trying, accepting it, learning from it,
Dealing with it.
This chemical imbalance called depression doesn't have to define you. You are so much more than what depression tells you about yourself. You are far more loved than you might even be feeling at this moment, but you have to name it to claim it.
I have decided I'm no longer hurting, I'm healing.
I am helping others heal, so I continue to heal my inner child.
I used to see other people experiencing love, but I wasn't getting it, and it made me feel even sadder. So I had to start giving myself the love.
When I'm in that space, I feel like I'm on a train, waiting to get to the light on the other side of the tunnel, having to deal with the issues kicking me while I'm already down. For me, there aren't any shortcuts.
As you try to pull yourself up, beware of others who might try to keep you down.
Misery does love company.
Depression is not something we can just easily fix.
But we are here.
Wounded,
No longer quiet and suffering in silence.
See us.
hear us.
And notice,
We are still
here.
Thank you.